I know you're here.
Give me the arm.
Sorry to disappoint you, but it's not here. A certain tech expert has it under anti-Black Lantern technology.
Fine. Since I can only teleport here once, I will torture you for the information.
You think I'm afraid? Bitch, please. But first, tell me your name.
You may call me Apophis for the brief moments of your life.
Bring it!
So, time to review another series I hinted at earlier this year, and around the Halloween season too. So, Soul Eater. I've heard about this one for a while. My first time hearing about it was from Cartoon Hero's review of the series. Now that I have seen the 2008 anime adaptation of the Soul Eater manga, what do I think of it? Let's find out. Our story revolves around 3 students and their partner/weapons at the Death Weapon Meister Academy, or DWMA for short. Yes, you heard that right. The students' partners can transform into weapons, and much like the 3 students, they're also humans. That's pretty badass, actually. Anyways, before we continue, let's introduce our main leads. We have Maka Alburn, the straight-A student who's stubborn as a mule. Her partner Soul, who's laid back but is pretty powerful. Black Star, the arrogant ninja assassin who wants to upstage everyone. His partner Tsubaki, who's patient and reserved. Death the Kid, son of the headmaster of the academy, but has the imperfections and skills that prevent him from falling under the generic spoiled brat cliche. And finally, his partners, Liz and Patty, who basically serve to contrast from Death's crazy antics. But what is the role of these main leads? Well, basically, it's to slay 99 evil humans and 1 witch in order to get their weapons upgraded into death scythes, which are weapons used by Shinigami, aka the headmaster. But as the series goes on, and other characters get stronger by either defeating the humans/witches or going through their own character arcs, it's revealed that one of the main villains, Medusa, is trying to resurrect the big bad of the series, Asgore, so that he can plunge the world into madness, while also using her son Krona to infect Soul with black blood, which is basically regular blood, but weaponized and can make the user go insane over time. So that's why Violence Jack is crazy. He just has the black blood in him. Eventually, she revives Asgore, and it's up to her to stop him before he plunges the entire world into madness. They defeat the big bad by basically having Maka get a bullshit Pyro, and the world is saved. The end. Roll credits. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to the plot than what I just described, such as its character arcs and all that jazz. But in terms of a basic synopsis, I think this is enough. And as a story, I think it's really good in the first half. I like the world building the series has to offer, I like the character arcs, and I also like the pacing for the first half. It certainly takes its time, but when it gets to the big events, they usually make it worth the wait. But notice how I said it was good in the first half, because during the second half of the series, or at least after Asgore was revived, the story starts to dip in quality. The resolution of certain character arcs like Medusa, Black Star's arc, and even Maka's wasn't all that good, and even the resolution of the series itself wasn't all that great. When you have to resort to a bullshit fucking power-up at the last minute and some vague and useless crap to beat your enemy that you hyped up since his revival, you know you messed up big time. Hell, even the villains took a nosedive in the second half. Medusa's sister barely did much until the end. If anything, her servant did more than her. Medusa hardly did much, and Asgore was pretty much in the background until near the end of the fucking series. Yes, the main antagonist of the goddamn series barely did much until near the end of it. What a load. Now, admittedly, part of the reason could be because by the time they reached a certain point, they ran out of manga material to adapt, but that's still no excuse to not give him much to do for a majority of the second half, especially after you build him up for the first half of the series. So yeah, the first half of Soul Eater's story is good, but the second half is where it starts to dip in quality, so overall, it's just okay. Next up, we have characters, and for the most part, they're also okay. Black Star was pretty decent at the start, and he did start to get better over time as he got more and more development and we saw more of his past, and I loved his backstory and chemistry with Tsubaki. Sure, they have their moments, but if you were to ask me what my favorite characters were out of the mains, it'd be these 2. Next up we have Death, and he's also pretty good. I also love his chemistry with Patty and Liz, and while the 2 of them get on his nerves at points, there's a genuine sense of friendship and loyalty underneath all that, and it helps make the chemistry and characters better because of it. Soul is okay, not much to complain about in that department, but then we have Maka, and oh boy, I'm sorry, but I did not like her all that much. I hate her stubbornness, I hate her attitude with most things, I don't like her chemistry with Soul, even after all they go through in the series, and even her thing with her dad and men got on my nerves over time. And it's a problem that sadly didn't go away as the show went on. The other heroes are pretty good characters. My favorite of the heroes being Stein for his wacky personality and good chemistry with the students, and Mari. Hell, even Krona started growing me as time went on. But once we hit the second half, Krona suffered from the same issues as the other villains in the second half. There isn't much for them to do. So overall, the characters were just okay. On to animation. The animation for Soul Eater looks really damn good. From the fantastic visuals to the lighting to the great character designs, Soul Eater's animation department did a good job here. Finally, we have audio, and it's also really good. The first two openings do a great job establishing the tone of the show while also having catchy rhythm and good lyrics, my favorite being opening 2, while the endings were just okay, with the exception of ending 4, which was really good. The background music is also really good, my favorite being Blackstar's themes, and as for the voices, both the English and Japanese versions pull in a great performance, so not much to complain there. So overall, the audio was good. But now's the time I wrap this up. Overall, Soul Eater is okay. Well, the first half of the show is great. The second half is where the quality begins to dip in terms of the story, characters, and even the resolution. But the animation and audio are consistently good, and despite my criticisms, I do still recommend Soul Eater for those who haven't seen it before, because the first half is still really damn good, and despite my issues with the second half, I'm so glad I saw the series. But until then, I'm in the Mounty, and next time we meet, I'll be covering Fairy Tail's final arc, the Alvarez Empire. See you then. The hell?
That came from downstairs.
Shit! Toucher's down there!
I'm surprised you survived that explosion, but it's over for you, Toucher. Your attacks haven't hurt me, and your body is weakening. Just give me the location of the arms and I will let you live. I just want the ring.
Not happening.
Why?
Because I'm David's friend. I have been for 2 decades. He gave me life when I was just a doll before. He helped me evolve. He helped me learn what it means to be a person. We have been through a lot, and our bond is strong. So much like how he went back down, neither will I, no matter what!
What a fascinating story. Sadly for you, I don't feel anything in my cold black heart. Not after Vincent put this ring on my finger. So farewell, Toucher. Right now.
Toucher!
That's what you get for interfering with my plan! Nice try, but I'm human. Ah, to hell with it. I'm not gonna risk wasting my energy on a red lantern like you. I'll take my leave. Besides, I got something at least. Ta-ta.
Damn it!
Can't sense her heartbeat anymore. Fuck! No! 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 Not her!
Damn it!